Postmenopausal, the biggest risk related to postmenopausal change will be to somebody who already has a vata related symptom. Say, for example, somebody who already has osteoarthritis or degenerative conditions related to bone, if there is a natural tendency to not gain weight or lose weight even, and also has issues related to sleep, anxiety, difficulty in sort of relaxing and resting. So sort of like a high vata symptoms. If you're already having vata nature, then postmenopausal stage will be actually a bit more difficult and bit more needs a bit more focus rather than the changes leading towards menopause. So at this stage, vata will create more dryness, which will be visible externally. There could be other impact of vata as well, which is not concerned with just dryness. There could be factors related to constipation. There could be, even in severe cases, issues related to prolapse, issues related to weakness of muscles in the pelvic area, issues related to hemorrhoids, or it can also cause various joints and bone related issues as well. So it's important to sort of anticipate, if you are having vata related nature, some increase in the vata symptoms related to dryness and coldness. And the coldness can come on to sort of affecting the sleep, creating restless leg syndrome, creating sort of inability to rest without interruptions at night. So try and sort of understand that this might happen and try to sort of include a vata pacifying diet. And vata, which we mentioned sort of briefly during talking about PMS, it's important to actually schedule rest into the routine, because vata nature always promotes activity and will make a person do things, multiple things even at the same time. So it's important to schedule rest and routine. And a routine is very, very important in terms of routine and lifestyle. What vata benefits the most is with two simple things. One is use of oils, another is use of good amount of fluids or hydration. So it's important to actually make sure that even if you're not feeling thirsty, fit it into your routine to have a good sort of quantity of fluid intake. Make sure you are having lots of herbal teas and warm liquid rather than cold or chilled liquids, which can again increase vata. Instead, have more warming spices like gingery kind of teas and cumin or other cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric. All of these are quite good in pacifying vata and helping with the reducing the dryness that may develop. Oils can be used internally as well as externally. I would always suggest to bring it into the lifestyle, some form of oil application and sort of steam bath or a hot bath into a weekly routine, like once or twice a week, depending on how much the dryness is manifesting externally on the skin or in the joints. It's most effective if you are doing it regularly. It doesn't have to be like with loads of oil. Very small quantity of oil, applying on, mainly focusing on the joints, and leave it there for 15 to 20 minutes and then take a hot bath to help the sort of absorption of the benefits from the oil. It's also good to include healthy oils in your diet, like it could be olive oil or ghee, or it could be even oily food like avocados. It's good to include like oily fish, nuts and seeds, depending on your routine, depending on what you prefer. Try and include these nuts and seeds and oil-rich food. It's much more better than taking supplements or omega-3, omega-6 sort of combinations. It's best to actually get these from food itself. Body actually absorbs these better when we consume it directly from food, and it has the opportunity to absorb based on what's required. So two major lifestyle changes I would recommend is use of oils and externally, internally, and hydration. Herbs wise, postmenopausal change, like I mentioned, is more vata related. So it's good to include some form of a rejuvenating, calming kind of herb like ashwagandha. You can also include like a ashwagandha milk drink. Try and bring it to your habit of taking it in the evening before going to bed. If you're all right with milk, that'll also sort of supply, if it's good quality milk, it will supply nutrition necessary for your bones and joints. Or you can take a plant-based milk and add ashwagandha and have it as a warm drink at night, which will help with sleep and which will also help with bones and joints as well. Diet-wise, it's important to have smaller meals, more number of times, rather than having 3 heavy meals. You might notice in this phase the appetite might actually go low, but that's not actually something to worry of. It's just because the postmenopausal stage is slightly less nutrition intensive compared to the hormonal variations happening before that. So the appetite can go a little bit lower. So try and sort of adjust the portion size and have more warm and cooked preparations instead of having colder ones, because that will be, warmer ones will be partially digested and will be much more easier to break down and absorb and make it easier during this transition phase. And after that, based on seasonal changes and what you prefer, you can actually include salads as well. Or if you get in touch with one of Ayurvedic practitioners, they can guide you also based on your own body type, whether you need to stick to a Vata diet for a prolonged period of time, or it's sufficient for a short duration. I think it's also good if you are all right and comfortable taking ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. That's also considered to be very nourishing, and it also keeps the digestive fire good.